is for training purposes in TV news education. Some copyrighted material is used and is credited on screen. However, no more was taken than was necessary to tell the story of the event. YBA claims fair use of material.
Now we have a special timeout for techies with Lane.
Hi, I'm Lane with Timeout for Technology. Apple's revenue is up for the quarter at $35 billion, and that's still more than Netflix, Microsoft, and Google all combined. Profit was down, though, at $8.8 billion. Analysts were actually disappointed in the results, but margins were still impressive, with 42.8% increase versus the previous 47%. Less iPhones were sold, likely though because of the probable release of the iPhone 5 compared with the minor upgrade of the iPhone 4S. iPad sales were up though, and Apple stock is sitting around $575 today, closing below the $600 mark for the first time since early this month. And Microsoft actually had a net loss in the quarter for the first time, with a big gap between the Windows 7 and Windows 8 releases. But you can expect Windows 8 in early 2013 or late this year. Profit and revenue also increased for Microsoft. And then let's get back to Apple here, because they just released Mac OS X Mountain Lion, which is the successor of Lion. And with Lion, it resembles the iOS systems because of the design, the added notifications, integrated sharing across the whole system, and a really big feature is to easily share a web page to Twitter, Facebook, text message, and even email. Messages allows you to text message to iPhones and iPads all from a Mac. iCloud even stores versions of documents across all devices. You have your notification center just like iOS, and you can get notifications, push, and you can even have a pop-up with messages. Now, I'm here with my friend Alex Barr.
How's it going, Lane? It's a pleasure to be here.
Good. Yep. So, Alex, what do you think about the Lion release, Mountain Lion?
Well, you know, first of all, part of the reason I love Apple is they're such a customer-friendly company. They want to make sure the customer's happy. So I bought my computer. I have my new computer out here. There you see the background for the new Mountain Lion, the Retina display. And most companies, I think, if the new software is about to come out, they'd say, oh, we have to buy it, or they'd make you wait. Apple, they said to me, you know what, the new stuff's coming out. We'll give you a code, so when it comes out, free download. First of all, love that. I love when a company is consumer first, because you don't see that a lot these days. Yep. In terms of the actual program, the number one thing I'm looking forward to is to be able to text message from my computer for two reasons. First of all, if I'm sitting upstairs, my phone's about to die, I don't have to run and go get a charger. I just pull my computer out, I can text from there.
Or?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But it's laziness to the max. There's also the thing where if you're texting somebody, you're in a very good discussion, and there's like, I'm one who loves to tell stories, and there's like something you want to tell that's long, you don't want to type that all out with your thumbs. It's annoying, it's tedious. I can just be like, hang on, run to my computer, type it out, keeps the conversation going, makes it a lot easier.
It's like an email, actually.
Yeah, kinda.
And then you even have the dictation feature where if you want, you can just hit that FN key on the bottom left, and then you can talk your whole essay, your whole paper.
I'm looking forward to that. I mean, sometimes those things are a little bit questionable as to how they work, especially somebody like me who might have a bit of an accent. But they said it learns your voice, which I think is a very neat feature. It's kind of scary how much technology is advanced, but I think that'll be a cool feature. If that actually works as well as they said it does, that's going to be big. I don't even know what else they could improve for the next step. I mean, it's all kind of combined now. iPhones, computers, iPads, it's all really becoming one.
Yeah, and that's the goal of Apple, because the user interface is their whole benefit. They have the iPhone, and the system interface is just like what you get on an iOS device, whereas with Windows, you know, sure, there's a Windows Phone.
Right.
It's not that similar. Now, they're trying to do that with Windows 8 and then the new version of the Windows Phone. But really, when you think about it, with Windows, you can have a Nokia phone, a Samsung. Apple is the whole package all in one, and I think that's what makes them so great. Now, another thing with Apple, they may be going in the area of planned obsolescence, because...
Now, what is planned obsolescence?
So that would be when tech companies, they want to make you go out and buy another charger, another phone.
Yep.
They keep upgrading that. Now, Apple has been pretty good to us, because...
Well, I know this computer, I asked them, and they said I would have to use a new charger for my old computer, and that surprised me a little bit, because normally they're not like that. It's all interchangeable.
Yeah, and that's like MagSafe 2, I think, now.
Yes.
Personally, I don't even like MagSafe 2. The other one was more secure in the slot. But yeah, I think Apple is trying to make you go out and buy new cases, new chargers, and you know, they're having the 19-pin charger now, which will be smaller versus the larger pin and wider dock connector. But yeah, I think you also have iCloud integration, so when I make a change on a document here, then that would be saved on my iPhone as well. So if I'm at school and I forgot on a flash drive, blah, 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 then I can go back here and actually get that.
So I gotta ask you as a tech person, I mean, Apple's done so much. I can't even imagine where they're gonna go next. What would be like the next frontier for technology to conquer? Would it be, you know, I know did you see the video of the iPhone 5 they made a while ago? Somebody else made it hypothetical where you could pull out a keyboard from under the phone, like a LED keyboard. Yeah. Well, it was like on the desk and it was just lit up. Is it something like that? Is it making it smaller? Is it maybe I know they're working on technology right now. The camera registers your eye movement. You can do the mouse with the eyes. What is the next step in technology? What is the next frontier? What are they reaching for now that they've done all this with the new operating software?
Well, I think that there will be other ways to log into your iPhone. Now, like, sure, you had fingerprint reading a while back, but now, as you mentioned, facial recognition, Facebook's going to do that now. So instead of...
They are?
Yeah, instead of
I didn't know that.
In,
very cool.
And there's a big privacy debate and battle about it, because can you imagine, you know, I mean, you could...
If you have a twin brother, you're in a little bit of trouble.
Yep. And if you're a lookalike, even like a celebrity, that'd be pretty cool if you could get into...
Also, not everybody has a webcam.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's going that way, but I still know people who don't have them.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the good feature about that is that, you know, you can kind of forget about passwords now, where, you know, you have to, you need a capital letter and all of that. But I mean, really, iPhones have it now, iPads have it, and then most computers do, at least laptops. So if you can, you know, speed up time, log in that way, that's a big feature. Also, integration in your car. If you can imagine having Siri that can run on the car dashboard, where you can just press a button and talk to Siri. Siri, send a message or remind me about this appointment. That would be unbelievable.
And it's all, like you said earlier, it's all about combining things, because I know there are the cars now that do voice recognition, but if that is then hooked up with your phone and hooked up with everything, if you think about it, it could get to the point where you could talk out an essay driving to school, which would be maybe a little dangerous, but pretty cool.
Saver, safe, maybe safer than at least texting at the wheel. And then lastly, just if you want to upgrade to Mountain Lion, you can just go to the Mac App Store and download Mac OS X Mountain Lion for a small $20. And even in the past, their upgrades have been $130.
Yeah, I remember when I bought Snow Leopard, it was a lot of money, and they told me it was going to be $20. I'm like, wow. That's almost nothing.
Yeah, I mean, 30 for Snow Leopard, and then previously 130 for for Leopard, and then 130 for Tiger.
So I gotta ask you this over here. It's kind of unrelated, but being a gamer, going off to college next year, is Apple ever going to, because I love Apple products, will they ever get into the video game business? Because I feel they could do something outstanding with that.
Maybe. I think that the future, though, is really having the accelerometer inside of your phone, which really makes the idea of having a separate console or an Xbox, that makes it obsolete, because you really don't need all of these devices. You can just have, you know, a car game with a gyrometer, and then it senses every move that you make. So I think if we'll see that, Apple may build a TV, which, you know, sure they have that little system, but actually a real TV, which with a Retina display would be amazing.
This screen, I don't know, I mean, I don't know how it comes up on the camera, but this screen is excellent. I mean, if you're watching videos, stalking people on Facebook, whatever you're doing, it's a very clear picture. Not that I do that, of course, but
almost as clear as the eye, I've heard, because your eye retina is
right. Well, that's why they call it Retina display. And I mean, I'm just looking at pictures right now, and it's outstanding just how clear it really is.
The details are great. Yeah. Well, that's a wrap for Mountain Lion. Good Apple news. Looking forward to the iPhone 5. You can expect that out in September, October this fall. And now back to you, Liam.
All right, thank you, Lane. And sorry about calling it Timeout for Techies by mistake. It is Timeout for Tech, different from what I originally said. But that's going to do it here for us this segment. We are going to move on to next segment after this quick break. But when we get back, my personal favorite segment, the sports segment, will be up. So, see you in a second.